Confidence is something we all need, but so many of us struggle with it. If you're feeling low on confidence, you're not alone. But here's the thing, confidence isn't something that you're born with. It's something that you can build step by step. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my honest advice with anyone who's struggling with low confidence. These are insights that have helped me and countless others boost their self-esteem and start believing in themselves. Welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Bennett. I'm here to share some ideas that have helped me move the needle just a little bit, and I hope you find them beneficial. Sarah was a very smart girl, but she had this one problem that she wasn't able to show and really be herself when it came to class. You see, she had such low self-esteem that she wasn't even able to raise her hand. And she thought it was silly when she said she wanted to work on it. But I encouraged her that even though it might sound silly, if it's something that is important to you, we have to be able to work on it. So we started putting the work week in and week out. And after a couple of weeks, every time the teacher asked a question, Sarah's hand went up first. It's so easy nowadays to get distracted by everything else that's going on that we forget to work on the most important thing, ourselves. And what we have to understand is that we have the ability to build our confidence in order to be in a place that we want to be in. For so many people, they want to be able to do certain things, experience certain areas of their life, but they can't because they can't bring themselves to do it. And this is why the first place we need to work on is stop judging ourselves. You see, many times it's not even our fault that we have low confidence. It could be because somebody else started to put their agendas into us. There could have been things that we shouldn't have been able to accomplish anyway, and we keep beating ourselves up because we didn't do X, Y, and Z. And now every time something comes up, we start to just bash ourselves and we end up destroying our own self-esteem and our own self-image. We have to start to understand that if we want to build our confidence, we have to stop thinking about the past. I know for me, whenever I wanted to work on my self-esteem, I would feel so bad for myself because I kept thinking about all the times in my life because I wasn't able to just get myself out of it. If we can stop focusing on the past and we can start focusing on what it is we want, that's going to be the first place we're going to have to start to work on. Look out for your younger self and don't bring that past into your future. It does not have to be that way. When it comes to the practical side of building your confidence, we need to understand that it's going to be uncomfortable, and that's okay. You see, we grow up and we think when things aren't perfect, when things aren't working out for us, then something must be wrong. But maybe the things that are not going well just mean that it's an opportunity for us to grow. And it's a different perspective on when things are happening and when we feel that discomfort. Because one of the biggest things about building our own confidence is that we're going to need to be able to step into those roles, to step into the things that we want to be doing. And because we don't have the confidence necessarily just yet, we're new at it and it's going to be uncomfortable. But that doesn't mean it's bad. And if we could start to shift it and to recognize, hey, all the stuff that I want to be doing is just on the other side of being a little bit uncomfortable, to be able to build those muscles, then we have the opportunity to even attempt to succeed at building our confidence. People have the expectation that they should just be at a certain place. But if we have the ability to start to recognize, hey, you know what? I'm going to need to work on this, and this is something I'm going to have to be doing in order to become the person that I want to become, then we're giving ourselves permission to really step into it. And it brings me to my next point, because so many people come into a situation, they come into a presentation they're going to give, or maybe just raise their hand in class, and they think that they should be confident. However, we have to realize that confidence is only the result of doing certain actions. And if we haven't taken those actions, it's not reasonable for us to be confident in another area. And what's really going on here is that when people step into a different arena, we have to realize that it's not confidence that they're looking for. It's courage that they're looking for. They need to be able to embrace the discomfort and to understand that I need to be brave in this moment. I need to be able to step forward in spite of the fear and take the action anyway. Because if we can start to take the action, we'll be able to get the repetitions in, and then that will allow us to build our confidence in the areas that we want. For somebody to just step into a new arena with no prior experience, it doesn't make sense that they could be confident. They might have a very high self-esteem based on other areas of their life, and they're borrowing that for this new area, but that's because they're confident in many different areas. And that's the difference between confidence and self-esteem. When it comes to confidence, we could be confident in a specific area because we've done that thing so many times. So for me to get onto the basketball court, I'm pretty confident. When I pick up a guitar, on the other hand, beforehand, then I'm not going to be confident. But if I was able to pick up a guitar and to get onto the basketball court and to give a presentation and to go over to a stranger to just say hi, so I'm going to be constantly building things in my repertoire that are only going to help me build my self-esteem overall. And if we can start to do that, then all of a sudden we have the ability to move forward and to take advantage of so many different areas in our life. The next idea is more of a mindset idea. But what we have to understand is that we have to embrace the growth. For so many people, they don't want to grow. They don't want to become somebody different. But if we can understand that if we can start to build our confidence in a specific area, that's only going to give us more of an opportunity for the next time we're trying to step into something. Because as we're younger, we don't like that change. But as we get older, we understand that for us to grow, we have to change. And for so many people, they're not happy with where they are today. And because of that, they need to be doing things differently and they need to look to change. We have that ability to move forward and to change. That's going to be the thing that's going to be able to help us continuously grow our confidence. Embracing that growth is going to be such a big tool that we can start to use to really just step up our life in so many different areas. And what's interesting about that is at a certain point, everyone's going to be having to work on their confidence in certain areas. You see, for some people, they might feel confident in a circle that they're comfortable with, but when they look to level up, you see that they have to be able to step up their own game. There was one time I was watching this big influencer who was a very macho guy and very confident on camera. But then I saw him meet one of his own mentors. It was so interesting to see the way he shied down. And it was like a different person. And it was so ironic. But for him, he was in the presence of somebody that he thought was great. And because of that, he wasn't being the same confident man that he was. And if anything, that gave me the strength to say, hey, you know what? There's always going to be this time that we're going to need to level up. And for so many of us, we want to be confident and then we just want it to end. We want the discomfort to end. But what we have to realize is that this is going to be a long process. And every time we hit a level, there's going to be another level and another level and another level. So if you can start to play that infinite game that Simon Sinek talks about, to say that it's not about the end result, but it's about playing the game and constantly pushing ourselves to see how much we can consistently grow, that's going to be the thing that's going to change everything. And that all starts up here in our minds. There's the actions and the courage that we need in order to build our confidence. But then there's that growth mindset that we need in order to step into the role that we want to step into. And if we can become that person, then imagine the type of lifestyle we can start to live. And if you think this confidence thing is really affecting you and you want to figure out how you can reboot your own life, make sure to take a look at this next video where we talk about just that.